Welcome to the Business Behind the Scene podcast with Francesca Moi, where we talk all about real business problems, real solutions, and getting actual results in your business. Welcome to our EVS class. Every month we go live sharing inspiring stories of amazing entrepreneurs, because business, it's all about people. And for us, we have so many clients that are in business. Obviously, our beautiful clients are in business, and we love to share their stories, their struggle, their win, their challenges, their successes, all the things, because so that us, all of us, we don't feel alone. It's like, oh, I'm not the only one going through that. Oh my goodness. And to me, it's so important. I used to run events face-to-face because of that reason. I'm now going on live. Actually, I do have an event next week, face-to-face, next Wednesday, 7 days to go. So if you're in Brisbane, come and see us. But today I've got the guest of the year. I'm so excited to have Vicki joining us today. I've met her probably about a year ago, I would say, at my book launch. Well, I've met her before, but then at the book launch, I saw her and I was like, oh my goodness. And we clicked, and I'm so excited to see her here today because we have something in common, which is a belief that is very strong, that our business is a 3D printout of our thoughts. Whatever goes on in here will manifest into the business. So I'm excited to talk about that a lot with Vicki today. So everybody help me welcome Vicki Abrahams. Hello.
Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. And the crowd roars. Thank you for such a beautiful introduction. It's a joy to be here. Love your energy.
So much. Yeah. Vicki, thank you so much for joining me. Okay, so let's go straight to the point. Tell us everything about your business. I love your story, where you come from. Tell me all of that, and then we're going to go into like juicy business stuff.
Okay. I'm going to give you a really abbreviated version because otherwise we'll be here for days. The story could go on and on and on. So, the shortcut is that we've been in Australia. We're a startup business, although, we say we because I'm in business with the love of my life and my life partner, Thad. He's a mediator and a divorce coach and a conflict coach. I'm an entrepreneur coach, and I like to work in that space between personal development and business development. Because as you said, in your words, our business is a 3D printout of us. I like to say that our business is being in business for yourself is the greatest personal development journey you can ever choose to take. And our business will only grow as much as we grow. And that comes back to my story. Because I, 15 years ago, was trying so hard to make a business work. And I wasn't able to find joy, and I certainly was not able to find success. And I ended up wrapping up that business with a great sense of failure, personal failure. And it really rocked my world. And I just don't want anyone else to go through that. So that's one of the reasons that I'm inspired to do what I do. And the stronger reason, I guess, is that there is such an easy answer. It's not always easy doing the work, but it's easy to know that we don't need to struggle. And I find that people in business, especially women who are running their own business, struggle silently, thinking that they shouldn't have to ask for help, or that there's something they should know. And so there's some embarrassment around asking for help. And this is the main thing that just keeps me in doing what I do. This is what drives me. I just want people to know they don't need to struggle in business, and business is not supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be joyful.
Definitely. I love that, Vicki. Absolutely. And, struggle is a choice. There is opportunities when there is struggle. Right? There is a way for us to go, right? We have a challenge. Let's figure it out, work it out. What is happening? What are we going to do? And all of that. So I actually totally agree with that. And sometimes it's also okay to be in the struggle and be like, you know what? I am struggling this week.
Yes, absolutely. It's not that long ago I found myself in tears about some unexpected expenses or something that just came out of left field. And it's okay to feel those feelings and to say, yeah, this is all part of the journey.
Yeah. So tell me, Vicki, what inspired you to start the business in the first place?
Yeah, so a large part of it was my own experience, not being successful 15 years ago. What I didn't realize then was what I know now is that I wanted and needed to understand this mindset and understand how my mind worked and how I could train it to work differently.
Mm.
And now that I know that, I have an obligation to pass that on. And that's really what inspired me to do this. I've always been fascinated with what makes us tick as humans. I've always wanted to know, even my thesis for my MBA was about motivation. How are people motivated in business? There's always been that. Perhaps I could have been a psychologist, but I wasn't. I was a journalist. So,
Oh,
it's
there
all
you
about
go.
seeking the truth. And now I'm seeking the inner truth and helping others seek theirs.
Oh, I like that. That is so cool. So if you could choose because I'm guessing there was multiple, but just guessing, which one was the biggest challenge in the latest business?
In in the business I'm in now,
Yeah, like in business to you, which one has been for you the biggest challenge?
business generally, I would say I the parts of me that show up are my biggest challenge. I could say it's finding clients, I could say it's cash flow, I could say it's systems, I could say it's advertising, but all of those things ultimately come down to me.
Mm.
And so whatever problem comes up, I have to think, well, how am I choosing to see this problem? First of all, am I choosing to overwhelm myself? Because that is a choice. What can I let go of to help this situation? What resources can I bring in? Who can I ask for support from? How can I get more information so that I'm not confused or left in the dark? Like there's always an answer. When you know
And there's
that,
always a question.
yes,
Ah,
yes, exactly. There's
right?
always a question. Ask another question. If you're
Mm.
struggling or if there's something that doesn't feel right, business, ask another question.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if someone is watching this and they're like, I hear you, Vicky, but I do everything on my own. Like I'm busy and I don't have time to ask questions, just need results. Right. So let me ask you, how did you handle doing everything on your own? Because you used to, right?
Badly.
Mhm.
So, well, what happened was yes, it is true. As a startup, everything is on you. It's all on you and it's all on you. So, for the better or for the worse. And I guess the idea is to find what feels like a balance for you and to know that you can't do it all. Unless you outsource and build your team with someone like your team, then you can start to do all the things that you wanted to do. Then you can do all the things that you thought you knew you needed to do, but were stressing out at 3 in the morning because it still wasn't getting done. That was my story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so when did you realize that you needed support?
I think I realized it a long while before I jumped in. And a big part of that is cash flow, right? And finances. When you're in startup, where do you direct your resources to? What becomes your priority? And just making that choice and deciding which aspect of my business am I going to invest in and how will that return help me invest in the other part. So it's really getting that clarity on what each investment will bring back to you.
I love that. And this is the question is which investment, not if I have to invest. And this is the most important question that, oh my gosh, I literally would like to print it out for every business owner ever in front of the computer and just which is my next investment that is going to move the needle. It's not if, because that's what people do, right? They're like, I'm starting to get some money. I'm starting to pay myself. Let's just stop all the investment. Let's cut all the cost. Let's just right stop spending. And I'm like, no, this if you want to grow, you have to invest, right? So how would you talk on that?
Definitely. I see this in marketing a lot because I also have a marketing background. From journalism, I went into public relations and marketing, and I have an amazing business partner in Bermuda on the other side of the planet who I work with and co-host an amazing podcast with. And this is something we talk about a lot because even the largest companies with the greatest brands and the largest budgets, tough times come along, and what do they cut? Marketing.
Marketing.
What are you doing? What are you doing? This is the time when you want to amp up on your marketing so that people know you're there when you get through the tough times, right? And I think the same is true for investing and for your team. The second thing they usually cut is HR,
Mm,
or they'll go and try and slash jobs
mm.
on the large scale. So bring it back to when you're a one man, one woman band or a three-woman band if you've got a team behind you. You have to really consider before you cut your costs, is there another way? And I like to think, how can I generate more revenue before I think about what costs I want to cut? Because cutting
Mm,
costs is limited. You can only cut so much
mm.
before you don't have a business. What about looking the other way and saying, how can I generate more revenue with the resources I have?
Oh, I like that question. So changing the questions rather than changing the business, right? Straight away.
Yeah,
Mm.
because there's a long-term response to a short-term decision. If you're going to cut, then what is the long-term impact of that? If
Mm.
it's not a long-term impact, then great. Maybe that was fat that you didn't need in the business. Fantastic, very wise. Just, yeah, I think you want to cut the fat, but not anymore.
Yes, yes, yes. I love that. So when you got a virtual assistant from us, from EVS, and you started the journey, what did you delegate to the virtual assistant first?
Oh, everything I wasn't already doing.
Oh, tell me more.
Yeah. So I knew that I needed to and wanted to get in front of more people. And especially Thad, who's a mediator and a conflict coach and a divorce coach, as I mentioned. And his business is quite a channel partner. You know, to generate awareness, you need
Mm-hmm.
to have partners who are willing to refer business to you. It's
Mm-hmm.
not really a B2C. And so for him, we just had our wonderful assistant set up appointments, set up interviews with him. And he's been flat out. He's, this is the guy who comes to our meetings and says, can we just slow it down, please? Can we slow it down? And the team always laughs because they say, well, everybody else we work with wants us to go
Go
faster, do
faster.
more. And he's like, just ease off a little bit. We're good. We're good. So that was one thing. It just really helped in that regard. And then the other thing is I run free webinars for personal branding and thought leadership for women who want to really make an impact in their industry. And just getting more people into those workshops, people who are outside of my network. So finding that reach using social media. We don't use ads, we haven't done. And really, that's been a game changer. I've noticed that we're getting new people in, people who are genuinely interested in the services that we're providing, what we're
Oh.
teaching and sharing. And that's really what it's all about, isn't it? It's not just about making noise on social media for the sake of it.
Because this is something very interesting. People come to us and they're like, I don't know what to give to my VA. I can do these things. I can do all the tasks. And I'm like, well, sometimes it's not about just giving things that you're currently doing. It's also giving things that you don't have time to do, but your business will benefit in.
Absolutely, absolutely. I would much rather give her the tasks I haven't gotten to yet because they're the ones that are in my head going, we need to get to this, we need to get to that. And I just don't have the bandwidth to do it. Rather than giving something that I'm already doing, and then what is that? Just freeing up my time to go to the beach? No, it's not
Yeah,
about that just yet. It will be. It will be.
yeah, absolutely. So what surprised you the most about working with the virtual assistant?
What surprised me? I guess I wasn't expecting the quality of service. And that sounds a bit interesting, as I hear myself say it. But I think we have this propensity to think that we can do everything best. And
Mm.
actually, what's transpired is that our assistant is doing things better than I would have. She's writing emails better than I would have. She's reaching out and following up with people better than I would have in the way she does it, and yeah, in the way she does it.
I love it.
She's I'm a writer, so I'm very precious about how I write to my clients and my prospects, and she's just knocking it out of the park. I'm so excited about the quality of her work. And
I
also, what I
love
really love about working with you is the layering of support. So, where I've also worked with an assistant separately for 5 years in my marketing business, and it's always been me managing, or us managing, and it's wonderful, and she's an absolute godsend. And what I find different about working with you is that if there's something we need, it's just taken care of. Like our assistant will find a way. She'll check in with her team leader or her supervisor or you if need be. And there's always a little mini training that she can do. And there's always some templates that she can rely on. And it's just happening like this. I feel like by tapping in with one assistant, I'm tapping into your whole empire.
Oh, I like that. That is so cool.
Yeah, it
So,
is very cool for me too.
so by doing that, this takes up perfectly next to the next question, which is, what does success mean to you now?
Hmm. Success to me is measured in impact. So the more clients I can serve and see their results just lights me up. That's why I do what I do. And so for me, a measure of success is more of that. It's also about not being overwhelmed and stressed, feeling like there's a repeatable system in play and that my business isn't me. My business is an entity that I work for. Whereas before it felt like this over consuming, all encompassing me. It was like me, this is my little business walking around like crazy, frazzled. But no, now my business is an entity, which is how it must be. And I'm working for my business. But it's because of those systems and knowing that a business is a repeatable system. And what you put in is what you'll get out. So the quality of your input is what the results will be. And so if it's not
Mm.
working, we can just shift things a little bit and expect different results.
I love that. That is so true. And it's a choice as well. That's that part as well. Going back to what you said at the beginning, we can choose to take that step or not. And what advice would you give to overwhelm business owners?
Mm, breathe.
Mm.
First of all, breathe. Um, I think we underestimate the power of our own potential and what we can do to self-regulate to help ourselves in times of stress. Stress is self-created, even though we think it's all external. It's the things that we did and the decisions we made and the meaning we gave to things that led to our stress. So, yeah, from an overwhelm perspective, just know that it's a problem that could be solved. Um, and it can be solved with yourself. And perhaps one way to do it is to look at what it is that you're choosing to be overwhelmed by. And if it's too much on your plate, then look for ways to manage that.
Yeah, I agree with that. One of the things that I learned in my history of business and challenges and overwhelm, one time I had a session with this coach and she slowed me down. Like I was like overwhelmed and I was like throwing her like my problems, like, but this has happened and then this happened and what if this happened and what if that happened? And she was like, but why are you thinking that? But what if now this happened? Like I kept throwing at her some sort of, it wasn't like even just question, but it was fact and question and fact and question. And she was like, slow it down and just answer one thing at a time. What if you can achieve your goal this month? Then what? Oh, then I will achieve it next month. Okay. Then what if? And so she literally took all my question because I was stuck in them, one on top of each other. That was the overwhelm. But once she started to separate and peel one question at a time, I was like, oh, my brain is just like accumulating all of these and then creating like, now solve it. Now it's impossible, right? And she,
Yes.
because she was on the outside, she was like, but here. And this is why I love people like you that have the time to go, that you make your time to go and speak with women that are overwhelmed, that are in business, that they might be stuck thinking that this problem is unsolvable. And then here you come. And then from the outside, because you're not in it, you'll be able to like help them, right? And I'm sure that
Yes.
you do that, right?
Absolutely. And we try to solve problems that we don't have yet. And that is so true. What you said about overwhelm is that we bundle it all together and then we say, I've got this one problem, when actually it's so many different thinking lines that may not even be problems once we unpack it. And like you said, you can think about the worst case scenario. And what if what you're worried about actually happens? What's the worst case scenario? Are you still going to be here? Are you going to be able to rebound? Are you resilient? Yeah, there's a lot that we can do with that.
I love that. So what is your biggest lesson as a leader?
Uh, listen, listen.
Listen
Yeah.
to what?
I like to listen as a leader, people need to be heard, people need to be seen, and want to be understood. And I think the greatest gift a leader can bring is to truly listen with curiosity and seek to understand what the other person needs or wants. And that is true also in self leadership. We can do that for ourselves as well. We can really tune in and say, what is it that we really need and want in this moment? And we can do it with our teams, we can do it with our partners, our clients. So, really just listening with curiosity and being open to that person's view without trying to fit it into how you see the world, because we all see the world so differently.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what's the one thing every woman in business should know?
Oh, I love this question. Trust yourself. Yeah. Women are not standing up for their cause or against their cause. They're not sharing their opinions. They're not. I'll give you a quick example. Girls, when a girl is raised, the things that you say to a little girl, oh, I love your dress. Oh, you look so pretty. These things, right? It's lovely and it's lovely and she'll smile. And what do we say to the boy? What did you do today? Oh, it's an action focused. Were you brave today? So girls are raised to be pretty or
Pretty.
perfect. Or perfect. Perfectionism comes into business. Or boys are raised to be action takers, brave.
Mm.
And this carries through even to our adultness. And even when we're really successful in what we're doing, it's still lurking in the background. And that, I have a couple of statistics which might blow your mind. Did you know that in Australia, for instance, 51% of the workforce are women and only 22% are CEOs?
Ooh.
So why do we think that's the case, right? Are women putting themselves forward for these roles? Conference speakers globally, only 31% are women. Women-led startups are getting only 2.3% of VC funding.
Wow.
This is nuts. And I just say we can do better. That's why I love to work with women who want to strengthen their personal brand, their thought leadership, and they want to be seen for the greatness that they know they are. And quite often we know what to do, but we just hold ourselves back from doing it. And I just think it's time. It's 2026 almost, and there is no excuse. And the only person that can change that is us. As women, we must step forward. Even on TEDx stages, the shortlisting for TEDx speeches is still less than 50% women. And we
Oh, wow.
have great opinions. We must be heard.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
so interesting, right? Very interesting, that stats.
Yeah, we're doing this to ourselves. And I want to see a change.
I like that, Vicky. Let's go for this change. I love it. Actually, this is funny. I've got the speakers lined up for next year conference, and I'm like, I need to add one more woman. There's only men. It's like me and all men. I'm like, this is not good. I need to
Jessica.
I need to find more women. But the thing is, it's actually been hard for us to find someone that, on the topic that I want. And it's like, wow, this is not as easy as it is to find men. There's men that I had to choose, right? I had so many. And it's
Yes.
hard to find. So that women are not out there putting themselves
Yes.
out, going like, I'm here, right?
And I believe my personal opinion is, as a woman in business, it's our obligation to, even if it means searching harder, find the right woman. Keep looking till you
Oh yeah.
find her. Don't
Oh
go
yeah.
the easy route and say, oh, all these guys are available, we'll take them. It's just not going to change until we change it.
Definitely. Absolutely. I love it.
So thank
So
you. Thank you for having awareness of that.
thank you. That's good. That's good. So what's next for your business?
Growth. Oh my goodness. I would love to see events, conferences, retreats, all of these things for women who are building their thought leadership. It's coming. It's possibly something for next year. There's also a book on the horizon. So you're just going to have to watch this space and find out.
I love it, Vicky. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for inspiring other women to do this because it's so important. And I really appreciate people like you that really are passionate about it. And it's needed. It's needed because we need more women like us. Absolutely.
Yes. High five.
High five. I love it. Thank you so much. And if you were to describe your virtual assistant with one word, what would you say?
Oh, she is magnificent.
Oh, I love it. So listen, thank you so much for your time. If people are watching this and like, I want Vicky to coach me, help me, support me, how can they reach out to you?
Oh, fantastic. You can find me on LinkedIn, and there's a few, oh yes, webpage, let me think,
Yeah,
betteroutcomes.au is the
sure.
webpage, and you just /entrepreneur.
Love it.
Maybe we can put some links
Yeah, put
in
the
the
link in,
comments or
get your
something.
VA to put some links in the comments here and in
Oh, sure.
your live that you're sharing so that people can find them easily.
Yeah, I'd
And
love that.
thank you so much for your time. And everybody listening, this could be you. If you are choosing to get the support in your business and get a team member from us, we then help you, support you, help you growth, and then we can have you back here sharing your story of your success. See you, everybody. Thank you so much, Vicky. See ya.
Bye. Thanks.
Thank you so much for listening to this amazing podcast. Now, if you enjoyed this, you're definitely going to love my Facebook group where I've got over 11,000 people in it and they're all business owners successful like you. It's called the Successful Entrepreneur Lounge, and in there I do classes every week and I get to interview my clients and I get to teach you all the things that I've done to get my business to 100K plus a month. So I look forward to have you in there. It's called the Successful Entrepreneur Lounge Facebook group in Facebook. I look forward to see you there. Ciao.